Spanish and German reports reveal a sudden shift in the Royal Club's transfer market strategy. In a new development that reflects the dynamics of the summer transfer market and the flexibility of the Royal Club's management in dealing with changing circumstances, concurrent Spanish and German media reports have revealed that Real Madrid's management has raised its offer to sign young star Jan Diomande, the RB Leipzig striker, to €120 million after the German club rejected the initial offer of €100 million. €90 million fixed plus $10 million in add-ons. This surprise move comes amid difficulties in signing Michael Olise from Bayern Munich, which has prompted the Royal Club to change its focus towards the rising French talent who shined at the 2026 World Cup and proved his worth to play for Europe's biggest clubs. According to information published by Spanish newspaper Sport, Real Madrid intensified its interest in Jan Diomande after the World Cup, where the 19-year-old delivered dazzling performances that significantly raised his market value and made him the focus of attention from many of Europe's top clubs. The Royal Club submitted an initial offer of €100 million, but Leipzig firmly rejected it, indicating that they expect to receive a higher amount before considering selling their rising star, whom the German club considers one of the fundamental pillars of its future project. Details of the improved offer and Leipzig's stance. Sources revealed that Real Madrid has returned with an improved offer of €120 million, believing that this amount may be sufficient to convince the German club to enter the final stages of negotiations. This comes at a time when demand for Diomande is increasing. The player joined Leipzig from Leganés for approximately €20 million, but his value has multiplied several times after an exceptional season in the Bundesliga, where he scored 13 goals and provided 10 assists in all competitions during the 2025-26 season, making him one of the most exciting young players on the continent. The player's performances at the 2026 World Cup were a decisive factor in increasing interest in him, as he delivered impressive displays that made Europe's top clubs eagerly watch his movements, proving that he is capable of adapting to high pressure and playing in decisive matches. According to sources, negotiations between the two clubs have entered an advanced stage, reinforcing confidence in the possibility of reaching an agreement if Leipzig accepts the improved financial offer, which is considered one of the highest offers made for a player of his age. Olise changes Real Madrid's calculations. This surprise move from Real Madrid comes at a time when Real Madrid is facing significant difficulties in signing Michael Olise from Bayern Munich, as the German club refuses to let go of his French star and insists on keeping him in the team, prompting the Royal Club's management to redirect its attention towards Diomande, who has now become the club's primary attacking target in the summer transfer window. This step reflects the flexibility of the Royal Club in the transfer market and its ability to change its plans quickly according to changing circumstances, especially with coach José Mourinho's insistence on strengthening the squad with new players capable of competing at the highest levels, foremost among them the Champions League and La Liga. The financial cost of the Olise deal was another factor in changing the calculations, as Bayern Munich demanded an amount exceeding €200 million, a sum that would be difficult for any club to pay, especially given Real Madrid's cautious financial policy in recent years. In contrast, the Diomande deal appears more economically viable, especially with the possibility of acquiring a talented player at a young age for a relatively lower fee, with the potential to develop him and sell him in the future if necessary. A look at Diomande's career and why Real Madrid are interested. The young player began his career at Spanish club Leganés, where he caught the eye with his exceptional technical and physical abilities, before moving to Leipzig for €20 million, a deal considered a gamble by some, but one that proved successful, as the player impressed in the Bundesliga and became one of Europe's most prominent rising talents. Diomande is characterized by his lightning pace, ability to dribble in tight spaces, and scoring from various angles, making him a complete striker, capable of playing in multiple attacking positions, whether as a winger or as a second striker. His young age, 19, also makes him an ideal option for long-term building, especially given the club's plans to rejuvenate the squad and rely on young talents capable of leading the team in the coming years. Additionally, his performances at the World Cup with the French national team confirmed that he is a player capable of handling high pressure and playing in decisive matches, making him ready for the challenge of playing for Real Madrid, where pressure and expectations are at their highest. What next? Will the deal be finalized soon? As Real Madrid fans await developments in this deal, sources indicate that negotiations between the two clubs are progressing positively, with great optimism that the deal will be completed in the coming days, especially with Real Madrid ready to meet Leipzig's financial demands. If these negotiations succeed, Diamond will be one of the most important summer signings of the club, representing a strong addition to the forward line, whether as a starting striker or as a distinctive attacking option alongside the team's current stars, led by Kylian Mbappe, Jude Bellingham, and Federico Valverde. It remains to be seen whether the next step will be decisive and whether Leipzig will be convinced by the improved financial offer or insist on their position and demand more. But in the world of football, where things change quickly, this deal could be one of the most exciting of the current summer transfer window, one that could reshape Real Madrid's attack for years to come.